My name is David Harrison Greis. Welcome to the Greis Report, your unfiltered daily voice for truth. What we witnessed today with Secretary of War-on-America Pete Kegseth and with Mad King wannabe Donald Trump was an asinine spectacle of epic proportions that brings shame to the American brand and the American name, as they call it. Because that's what that was. They're creating a brand, right? They're trying to package America and sell it as a white nationalist, young male, thin brand. They want to be like a lifestyle brand. It's really pathetic. It would be hysterical if they weren't actually playing with people's lives. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to examine a clip from the ridiculous meeting today from Mad King wannabe Donald Trump. And we're going to kind of analyze what he said. So let's listen to the rambling fool now.
Dumb as hell when it came to policy and common sense. And they allowed people from all over the world, from the Congo. They opened up prisons in the Congo. They came into our country totally unmatched, unvetted, unchecked. And from all over South America, not just South America. You know, you think South America, no, but from all over. A lot came in from Venezuela. Venezuela emptied its prison population into our country. That's why they have Tren de Aragua, one of the worst gangs ever. But we took care of them. We took good, strong care of them. And I just want to thank the National Guard in Washington, D.C. It's embarrassing to say this. Now I can say it because we solved it, but Washington, D.C. was the most unsafe, most dangerous city in the United States of America, and to a large extent, beyond. And beyond that, you go to Afghanistan, they didn't have anything like that. You go to countries that you would think there's problems, they didn't have that. And now Washington, D.C., after 12 days of serious, serious intensity, we took out 1,700 career criminals. If you have 5 career criminals, they can make your numbers look very bad because they'll commit many crimes a day.
Yeah, I didn't understand a word of it either, but from what I did understand, number one, he claims that Portland's a war zone, and then he falsely claims that he cleaned up Washington, D.C. That's false. The only trash in Washington, D.C. is still in the White House. So that's one thing, right? Number two, Portland being a war zone, I'm on Threads, right? And I've been talking to people from Portland and following their posts, and there's people out there like sipping tea in Victorian garb, just being awesome and peaceful, while across the street there's armed men at the ICE facility. It's like, what a weird juxtaposition, because the military doesn't need to be there. And now something else that he said was he claimed that the Congo and Venezuela, and he kind of lumped the two together in some weird way. He said that the Congo opened up their prisons and sent everybody to America, and he also said the same thing about Venezuela. I don't even know where to begin on how false all that is. But right now he is striking Venezuela, actively striking Venezuela. So I would keep your eye on what he might be doing in the Congo. I would watch that closely, because he's going after the Congo as much as he's going after Venezuela. So we'll see how that develops. And then he also said later on in the crap show, he said, peace through strength. Could you get more Orwellian? The whole thing felt like an Orwellian spectacle of epic proportions with a rambling white criminal, white orange-faced criminal, Donald Trump. It's weird. It's a weird scene. Very weird scene. He pictures himself some kind of white knight, right? And he's not. He's, to paraphrase South Park, freaking Satan. So if you like what you're hearing tonight, please remember to like, subscribe, and down here, we have an email address, thegreisreport@gmail.com. Again, that's thegreisreport@gmail.com. Please send us any tips, leads, story requests, any kind of information that you might have on the Gestapo operations that are going on, any photographs, videos of your interactions with the National Guard or the military in your city. We're always happy to show that. Now, one of the things that we do want to impress upon you is that hitting that subscribe button and hitting that bell and liking these videos really helps us pump the news out there, because that's all we want to do is get you the stories that some of the other news outlets aren't pushing as much. So let's move on. So I just kind of want to end everything by talking about what's going on in New York City and what's going on in Chicago. So in New York City, I remember the video I showed you the other day of that punk ass Gestapo piece of crap beating down on a woman. Well, he was suspended originally, and now he's reinstated. And on the same day, this flaming piece of crap of a human is reinstated, a journalist gets sent to the hospital because they threw him to the floor on a hard floor in 26 Federal Plaza. So they assault women, they assault journalists, and they do this out of spite and revenge. These are not good people. They are not valid law enforcement. And even if you comply, they will hurt you. They don't care. And this is very evident because of what's going on in Chicago. So just to give you kind of an insider view into what's really happening in Chicago, I've been following a lot of the local news there, not just from the local journalists that I know of, but from the actual news stations as well. So some of this footage has actually been properly vetted. So I'm going to show you something from ABC7 Chicago that shows you just the kind of war zone that Mag King wannabe and false knight Donald Trump is creating in America. Now, this is the real war zone. So let's look at that war zone now.
The ramped up immigration enforcement is meant to intimidate. This comes as just overnight there was dozens of federal agents surrounding an apartment building. This is in the city's South Shore neighborhood. Video shows armed Border Patrol and FBI agents dressed in military gear near 75th and South Shore. One neighbor who did not want to be on camera says he saw two people detained. He described what unfolded.
People screaming, you hear loud bangs and pops, you hear, you see, children outside standing, I don't know if with their parents or not. I mean, it's a little scary,
We have reached out to Border Patrol, the FBI, and ICE for more details on this situation. Governor Pritzker denounced the intensified federal law enforcement presence in a press conference yesterday. The governor says the Department of Homeland Security is requesting 100 military personnel to be sent to Illinois. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi is directing agents to protect ICE facilities after a weekend of unrest in the Broadview ICE facility.
Yeah, people are saying you hear banging, pops, you hear screams and children crying. You see children on the street without their parents. It feels like a war zone. And this is Donald Trump waging war on America. That's what this is in the end. It's the Trump administration waging war on America. And I urge you as the people to band together and stand up. Don't take their bait, but also don't lay down. We are America, and we have the freedom of speech that we are guaranteed in the Constitution, and they will never take that from us. You must use your voice, regardless of the intimidation, regardless of the threats. Get out there and vote. Don't let the National Guard or the military on the street or the ICE Gestapo scare you away from the polls. Get out, make your voice heard. Let's overturn this nonsense. Thank you for watching the Greis Report. This has been David Harrison Greis. Have a great night, and welcome to the Resistance.